Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advanced Paralegal Certificate Course Informational Webinar. Thank you for joining us today. You are in the right spot. We're going to wait just about 1 minute past the hour to give participants a few more moments to join, and then we will get started. So thank you for your patience. See just a few more people joining, so give it about 30 more seconds and then we'll get started. We're going to have Stephanie kick it off, who you're seeing right now on the screen. So thank you for attending the Advanced Paralegal Certificate Course webinar.
Are we about ready to go, Libby?
We're ready to go. Take it away.
All right. Welcome, everyone. As Libby just shared with us, we are here today to talk about the Advanced Paralegal Certificate course offered in partnership with colleges and universities throughout the country, and this is by the Center for Legal Studies. So a few items before we get started. Let's take a look at the agenda. My name is Stephanie Elio. I am one of the directors here at the Center for Legal Studies. I've been here for almost 12 years now and spend a good portion of my day speaking to students just like you. So it's going to be great fun today to go through some of the ins and outs of this particular program. I promise that I will try to give you a very broad overview. We will have some live chat. We've got an awesome tech team in the background. They're going to be able to answer chat questions while I'm presenting, but then we'll have a dedicated Q&A time at the end. So if there's something I miss that we don't get to, go ahead and submit your question and we'll try to do it at the wrap up. Today we're going to talk about the online learning environment, how our instructors and students interact with one another, a little bit of the course overview. We will spend specific time today talking about the California Business and Professions Code. We'll go over the cost, payment options, all of the course and book materials, and give you some insight into some of the partners that we work with. And the next start date, I'm going to say now, but I will say again at the end of our session. The next one coming up is June 29th, another August 24th, and then again in October. So the Center for Legal Studies prides itself on providing affordable legal education. We specialize in certificate programs. These are job skills training courses, not degrees. Our goal is to provide things that you actually need to learn to do the job. We do that in as quick a time as possible. Most of our courses can be completed in 7 to 14 weeks. And the certificate you earn upon completion, you can take right out into the world to show that you have in fact been trained. This particular course we're talking about today, the Advanced Paralegal Certificate, is comprised of 15 specialty topics of law, which we'll get into depth a little bit later. Things like immigration law, family law, business law, criminal law, etc. We do have other courses available, such as Advanced Legal Research and Writing, Paralegal Certificate, which is one of our largest attended courses, e-discovery, legal nurse. The Advanced Paralegal, which when we talk about the California Business and Professions Code, you're going to come to understand how that course was designed to meet the highest guidelines and requirements in the country. Our online learning classroom is an asynchronous delivery. Basically what that means is that these courses are instructor-led. You have classmates. So you've got connectivity. You're not out there by yourself. However, there is no specific time when you're required to be logged in. Most of our students have a lot of things going on. whether it be a full-time job, a family, kids underfoot, spouses, aging parents, you name it, whatever you're involved in, this is designed to blend into your already busy life. So there's no required time that you must be live online. When you're a registered student, which our courses are all open enrollment, so that simply means that you have paid your tuition and the class starts. You'll be enrolled by paying that tuition. When class starts, you're issued a username and a password that grants you 24/7 access to our system. The instructor will post videos up throughout the course. There are also printed materials that are posted, typically on Mondays. Deadlines are usually on Sunday night. So that allows you to manage your own schedule week to week. We do have administrative and technical support for all of our students through normal business hours at CLS, both on the customer service and the enrollment teams. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide, Libby. Thank you. As far as the interaction with the instructors and classmates, students do have bulletin board assignments that they participate in weekly, and our instructors do keep regular business hours, which they announce to their students at the beginning of any course. There are also chat tools within the online platform. One of the nice things about that platform is you don't need any special software or anything like that to take our course. Everything's delivered on our servers, so simple internet access will suffice. As I mentioned a few moments ago, the course access is available to students that are enrolled 24/7. The system is very easy to use. If you have not taken one of our courses before, we do have a sample that you can look at on our main website at www.legalstudies.com. Under the About, actually it's at the top of the screen on the right-hand side of the toolbar, and it will say student login up there. When you click that, it'll actually take you to the portal. And like I said, if you haven't taken one of our classes before, it's your first time visiting that, you can actually look at what the portal will be like and take a quick tour of the video there or some of the documents that are printed to get a real hands-on feel for how that works. The expected time frame for a student to spend on our courses is typically 8 to 12 hours a week. I really want to stress that that is an average of all our students nationwide. You may take less, you may take more. We cannot predict exactly how much time you will spend, but that's a pretty good estimate. If you're the type of person that has extraordinary time management skills, your reading comprehension is strong, you're going to be on the lower end of that. If you're the type of person that needs to read things multiple times, if you don't multitask well, then if you don't retain the information well and need to do it over and over, then it may take you a little higher. So please plan for that. The advanced paralegal, what we came to talk about today, there is a prerequisite for that course, and I'm not sure if it's on a future slide, but I want to bring it up right now. The Advanced Paralegal Certificate course is designed to build on the objectives that are learned and developed in the core program, which is our paralegal certificate. Many of you that are visiting us today and watching this webinar or inquiring about the advanced program have that question. The prerequisite doesn't necessarily mean that you had to take our course, but you must have a paralegal background, whether you took paralegal training elsewhere or you have been working in the field for a year plus in a paralegal capacity or taken hours will qualify you to participate in this advanced program. The advanced program is going to allow you to specialize in specific areas of the law. The learning outcomes are all on the syllabus for each and every topic within this program. It'll go over the fact that there are weekly tests, there are quizzes, there are weekly requirements for participation on the discussion boards, there are written assignments and reading assignments, all of which you can see on the syllabi on the syllabus that is available for preview on our website before you register. These are the topics that we were talking about. So there are 15 specialty topics listed here: advanced legal research, alternative dispute resolution, bankruptcy, business law, constitutional law, criminal procedure. You can read the rest. The beautiful thing about this setup is you get to choose which ones you want to take. In order to earn the advanced certificate, you are required to take 6 of them. Each one of these topics is a 7-week class. Each one of these topics is available every online session that we have. So 6 times per year, every one of these classes is available for you to register for. In order to complete 6, the timing in which you need to do that. Some students want to knock them out as quickly as possible. We will allow you to take up to 3 in a given session. The rules are you can take these topics 1, 2, or 3 at a time in a single 7-week session. So the fastest track you could complete your advanced paralegal training would be 2 7-week terms, to do 3 plus 3 to get 6 topics in order to earn that certificate. Frequently I'm asked, how long would I have if I don't want to take them 3 plus 3? The answer is 12 months. The clock starts ticking when you take the first topic. So for instance, the next session coming up right now is June 29th. If you've already completed your paralegal certificate or you have equivalent paralegal training elsewhere, you are eligible to participate in this program, and you could take 1, 2, or 3 topics in the next session. And when you start the first one, you have 12 months from that date to complete all 6. So for those of you that are with us and took our paralegal certificate and you knew you had to do back-to-back sessions, one after the next, that requirement does not exist here. There is more flexibility in completing your advanced coursework. Let's talk about the California Business and Professions Code. Paralegal is an unregulated profession, except in the state of California. There is legislated regulation via the California Business and Professions Code 6450 that dictates exactly how much training you must have in order to work as a paralegal in the state of California. Now, our courses were designed specifically to meet that code. So if you're looking at the numbers on the screen right now, you'll see that paralegal certificate is equivalent to 6 units or 90 clock hours. Advanced paralegal, 18 units or 270 clock hours. The code reads you must have 24 semester units. The calculation between units and clock hours, those are equal to one another. So we've already done the math for you. But basically what that means is in order to be in compliance with that code, if you're taking our programs, you would have earned 90 clock hours or 6 units by completing the paralegal certificate. And when you complete the advanced paralegal certificate, you will earn the remainder of that requirement. Each topic is a 7-week class, and they are equivalent to 45 clock hours each, times 6 is your 270. And again, we've got it printed for those that did not hear or joined us late. You are allowed to take up to 3 topics in a single 7-week session, but students must complete all 6 topics within a 12-month period to earn this certificate. If you go over, you're going to end up needing to take more. So you want to make sure that you get them completed within that 12-month period. Regarding the tuition for the advanced paralegal certificate, full tuition is $2,400. That breaks down to being $400 per individual topic. Westlaw is needed only for one particular topic, And for those of you that have already taken our paralegal certificate, you know you needed 6 books for that program. The advanced is a little bit different. Most of the topics only require 1 book per topic. We use a nutshell series. Those currently retail for about $40 a piece, plus shipping and handling. There are some topics that do require a little higher priced book, but that's something you can certainly look at in our bookstore on the website at www.legalstudies.com. We do have payment options available at this time. We work with a company called Affirm that would show up for you in your shopping cart after you've already gone through the website. You've selected the partner school that you want to work with. You've chosen your topics and put it into your shopping cart. Put your books in there. At the checkout screen, you will see an option on your shopping cart down near the total that asks you if you want to apply for payment options through Affirm. When you do that, it's about less than a minute, maybe 2-minute application. It's very, very quick. It's not a hard hit on your credit report. It's just a soft inquiry. They will come back to you within a matter of moments, whether you are approved or not. We do accept a very wide range of credit scores. So my recommendation to you is, if you want to explore the payment options, which you can do without committing to it, put the entire tuition into your cart and all the books that would be needed for the topics that you're choosing. There is a minimum I'm applying for the payment plan, and that would be $995. So if you're looking to split it up and pay for your topics as you go at $400 a piece, know that the minimum is $995 to apply for payments. So you would be looking at using a standard credit card to check out if you want to do them one at a time. Some of our partner schools may offer other options, such as Workforce Investment Act, MyCAA funding, things like that. If you are looking to explore alternative funding options because the payment plan is not something you want to participate in or are not qualified for, or you don't have a credit card to do your tuition and your book purchase, you can certainly contact one of our enrollment counselors, and they will help guide you through the process of available options. As far as the Westlaw subscriptions go, we talked a few moments ago about the different topics that are available to study throughout the Advanced Paralegal Certificate course. Westlaw is a tool that those of you that completed our paralegal certificate are already familiar with. It is the online law library system, and you do have assignments throughout our training programs that require you to use this tool. When you go to the Advanced Paralegal Certificate, out of the 15 different topics you have to choose from, there is only one topic that actually requires you have a Westlaw subscription, and that would be Advanced Legal Research. However, just like any of our other courses, as long as you are enrolled in a Center for Legal Studies course, you are eligible to voluntarily purchase a subscription if it's something that you want to continue using. That subscription is only good for 7 weeks, and it is dedicated to registered students only. So it is something optional for you, but as far as these topics are concerned, it's only required for 1. Our college and university partnerships, we partner with the continuing education and professional development departments at almost 180 different accredited college and universities nationwide. You see a sampling up on the screen right now of some of our partners. These certificates that you earn are non-credit. They are non-degree seeking. The certificate that you earn would be issued by the partner school that you designate upon registration. You do need to designate one of the schools that we work with in order to take our programs. My recommendation is always to students, if we have got a school that is near where you live, where you intend to stay, where you intend to work, it is wise to choose that partner. That's who will issue your certificate, and that's who your potential employer is going to recognize as, although you took online training, which is definitely the way to go in today's times, but it it looks as though you got your training locally, which is good. The next steps would be enrollment. As I mentioned earlier, our upcoming online sessions available for 2020 are June 29th, August 24th, and October 19th. Our main phone number, 1-800-522-7737, is available from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that number will lead you straight to an enrollment counselor that can answer any questions that you may have about this program or any other programs that we have. Our website is also a wealth of information for you. And we have got some extra time here today, and we're going to open it up for questions. So, Libby, I'm hoping you've compiled some from our guests there, and we'll answer them on a one-by-one basis. I think we've got some questions out there.
Sorry, I'm talking on mute. Here we go. Okay, we do have some questions, Stephanie.
Okay,
the first one is coming from a student in California that's currently enrolled in the Center for Legal Studies paralegal course. She's wondering, after 14 years of legal work experience, would you still recommend these advanced classes and this certificate?
Absolutely. The more training you have, the more valuable you are. If you are looking to get a promotion or a pay raise, the best thing to have on your resume is current training, something that brings you up to date. I personally have been in my role for 12 years now, and I am always learning something new. Technology changes, the law changes, things get updated, and with the current climate today, you may be in your current role, you're with your current employer for 14 years, but in the past we've seen that a lot of those older firms, the attorney may retire out, and someone that's been there forever is not ready to retire. They're going to need to move on to another position. So this would allow you to expand your reach. If the firm you currently work with is specializing in very specific areas, you may want to expand your marketability. So yes, I do believe it would be an excellent recommendation.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. Our next question comes in regards to accreditation. Are both the paralegal and the advanced paralegal certifications accredited?
The certificate that you earn upon completion from any of our programs are not issued by the Center for Legal Studies. The Center for Legal Studies is a training company, so the curriculum belongs to us. The instructors that are teaching work for us. The instructors, by the way, are typically going to be licensed attorneys or extremely high-ranking paralegals that have no less than 10 years experience in the field with teaching experience on top of that. But the certificate that you earn when you complete is coming from our college or university partner. Every single one of them is an accredited institution. So the answer to that is basically the certificate you earn is going to have the credibility you need when you go out in the field. Yes, they are all accredited institutions.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. Our next question is, what proof does a potential student need to prove that they work as a paralegal and get into that advanced course?
A resume would suffice. You can send that to support@Legal Studies or contact one of our enrollment counselors to have a conversation with them so they can notate your file, and then they'll ask you to send in your resume or a short statement of fact via email that we can attach to your file. It's not that we need to do a background check on you to prove you are who you say you are. The purpose for this requirement is so that we're setting you up for success. The advanced paralegal curriculum assumes that you have got that foundational critical knowledge and experience. We want you to be successful. We want you to learn and build on your core skill set so that you are more valuable to your employer or more marketable in seeking new employment.
Thank you. Our next question comes from a student that has a degree from another country. Are there any outside requirements or a TOEFL score that they would need to supply?
All of our courses are offered through continuing and professional education. They are open enrollment, visa status, immigration status. None of those things matter because open enrollment means anyone can take them. Now, that means that you can certainly take the course and gain the knowledge and earn a certificate, absolutely. Whether or not you are eligible to work in this country with other credentials, that's up to an employer. So that piece we cannot answer, but we teach globally. So although all the courses are going to be based on US federal law, students will have state-specific assignments that they do throughout a course for wherever their jurisdiction may be. We're not teaching international law here, but as far as being able to participate in the course, we have students from, as I stated, all over the globe, because it's 24/7 access and it's 100% online. So your location, your previous training, whether you came from another country, none of those things are going to matter here.
Thank you, Stephanie. And we're getting some great questions, so keep them coming, and we're doing just fine on time. We have a little over 15 minutes left. So our next question is, we have a potential student who has already completed family law and they don't want to take it again. Can they send a transcript in to be able to waive one of the required 6 courses?
Unfortunately not. In order to earn the advanced certificate, you would need to take 6 of our topics. I would advise that you take a look at the syllabus for family law. I have no idea when you took that course previously, but some things do change and not everyone's curriculum is identical from school to school. So take a preview of the syllabus for that topic, sit down and look it over, have a conversation with yourself, determine, did I already learn this? Do I know this? Do I know that? This is redundant, that's not. Weigh it out. If there's value in you retaking it through us, by all means, add it to your list of 6 that you want to take. If it is redundant to the training or experience you already have received, you would want to choose another topic. Which brings me to another point that I failed to mention in our presentation, but I want to now while everyone is still here. In order to earn that certificate, you do need to take 6 topics. Completion of, we have students that are already working in the field, maybe they're making a job change and they just want to take 1 or 2 topics. That is allowed, absolutely, but you're not going to earn that advanced certificate. You could get a letter of completion for that particular topic. After you complete the training, you could certainly add it to your resume that you had completed that coursework. But in order to earn the advanced certificate, you would need to take all 6 topics. 6 out of the 15. And we do have students also that choose to take more than 6. So they get the 6, they earn their advanced paralegal certificate, but there's other topics they wanted to explore, and you can certainly do that. They are just paid for individually at $400 a piece, and you can take them at will. Your time constraints would not matter in that instance.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. We have a question. Do I have to take the advanced certificate if I am not in California?
That's a great question. You do not have to. However, the California students have to because they are required to be in compliance with the code of their state. Other states do not have that requirement. But the truth is, about more than 50% of our students nationwide voluntarily choose to take the advanced, not because they have to, because they want to. And they want to because it makes you more marketable. The more knowledge you have, the more valuable you are. And it can be a competitive market in some locales.
Thank you. Speaking of competitive markets, our next question is career advice. How do you suggest a person with no paralegal experience in the field and just completed the certificate program enter the field? How do you get employers to give you a chance?
you cast a really wide net and you look everywhere. Paralegal skills are one of the most transferable skill sets you can get in the job market. They work everywhere. Everyone knows that a paralegal works in a law firm. That's a given. Paralegals also work in every corporation. They all have legal departments, insurance companies, government agencies, the court systems, the banking industry, private enterprise. I mentioned this in our last webinar. If some of you are repeat visitors to our live sessions here, but paralegals even work in car dealerships to do contract work. The list is very, very long in all the different types of jobs that you can apply these skill sets to. We also advise that you look everywhere. Do a lot of networking. Talk to the people you know that might be in the field. Put feelers out that way. Use the social media channels. Look on LinkedIn. I have looked there myself recently, not because I'm changing jobs, just to keep up to snuff on what's going on. And I see a lot of younger people that are coming up and putting their resumes on group platforms on LinkedIn to try to seek employment that way. Look at all the major job boards, Career Builder, Monster, Indeed. Don't discount Craigslist. A lot of smaller firms and agencies will advertise there because it's a lower cost for them. We also have a careers page on our website where employers have hired our graduates in the past, and every single time they have an opening, they post there. They don't post anywhere else, only on our site. They're familiar with our program, with our training. They love the way those employees come prepared to work and are ready to go. And I can't promise that we'll have something in your area at the time you've completed, but it's a good place to take a look because it'll give you an idea of all the various kinds of places that are employing paralegals. They're not all law firms by a long shot.
Thank you. Okay, next question is about deadlines and enrollment dates. Is there a tuition deadline or can you sign up until the day before class starts?
We do allow enrollment right up to the day class starts. I don't advise it. If you know you want to participate in the program, I recommend you start off on the right foot. That means you get your registration taken care of, you do your research, you get your registration taken care of early, you get your books ordered early so that you have them in hand. One of the really awesome things about taking our courses, you can see the syllabus before you ever register. You can see what the required books are before you register. So if you get that stuff lined up, you have time to preview your materials before class starts. 7 weeks goes by in a pretty quick click. The better prepared you are, the calmer you are when you start your course, the more successful you're going to be. So I do recommend early registration. The longer that we do this, the more students we train, the busier we get. You don't want to be under the gun trying to just get in right under the wire. So be adequately prepared. Do it early if you can.
Thank you. Next question is about Westlaw. Can we purchase Westlaw during the second half of the course as we need it, or do you need to purchase all of the books and sign up for Westlaw at the beginning of the course?
You can make your Westlaw, if you're talking about paralegal, that is utilized in the second half of the paralegal certificate, which is a 14-week training. When we're talking about advanced paralegal certificate, if you're choosing to take the advanced legal research and you're going to need that Westlaw subscription, you could purchase that down the road right before you need it. A subscription for Westlaw is only good for 7 weeks, and we know when you're supposed to have it, so we won't even activate it until the day that class starts. If you're purchasing it on a voluntary basis for another course that you're taking, then you can do it in advance or right before that particular class starts. It is typically a 48-hour business day turnaround, so 2 full business days in advance. You don't want to get yourself in a position where you're taking that class that requires you to use it and you wait until the assignment's due and now you need it. You do want to at least plan ahead that you have it at the start of the session in which you'll need it.
Thank you. Do you have any recommendations on selecting the topics? Are there certain that are more valuable to employers?
You know, I've been asked that many times over the years, and I do not answer it. And here's why. You need to study things that you are passionate about, things that you desire to learn. If we had all 15 of those topics have value. If they didn't, we wouldn't carry them. We wouldn't keep them on the roster. So you get to choose 6. If you're not sure about some, I mean, you can really create a variety in there. If you have certain passion about some things, then some are going to go better together. Like you anticipate working in a law firm that does criminal trials, criminal cases, then you probably definitely want to take criminal law and criminal procedure. If you're working in more of a corporate environment, then business law should be on your must-have list. But my best advice is pick what you care about, pick what you're passionate about. You're going to learn more that way, you're going to retain more that way, and it's going to bring more value to your education and training.
We have a student that completed the first part of this course in 2017. Can I still continue, or do I need to start all over?
That 12-month rule is a pretty strict rule regarding on what the circumstances are that caused you to abandon your studies in 2017 and not complete. You would need to send an email to support@Legal Studies that would go up the chain to a director for review. I cannot answer that at this time. We do understand that students have circumstances and crises that occur in their life, and we do have policies in place where we can review a special request from time to time. So in that instance, it is well beyond the 12-month time frame. You would need to ask for a special review. You can send that via email to support@legalstudies.com.
Thank you. We had a question about book purchases. Can they purchase any of the books online, or would you recommend through the CLS site?
Oh, okay. So on the CLS site, we do have a full service bookstore, which we carry every book for every single course that we offer. Our pricing is incredibly competitive, and we can guarantee that we ship right to your door, whatever address you want us to ship to, and we'll make sure you have the right edition at the best price we can provide. Do you have to buy the books from us? No, you don't. If you go and pick up and look on our list for any book associated with any course, you'll see a more info button that will actually, if you click it, give you a deeper description of the book. It'll also provide the ISBN number. If you want to seek it out elsewhere, you certainly can. Just if you do, I advise you to make sure you're getting the right edition and double check your shipping times. If you're not ordering well in advance, we have had students in the past that have gotten books from other sources and they end up 3 weeks in and it still hasn't been delivered. Our truck leaves every single day and ships books out all over the country. So when you order from us, it's a really safe bet. And we do work very hard to maintain extraordinarily competitive pricing on those textbooks.
Thank you. Stephanie, we're getting a lot of questions about the 3 topics that you recommended. Do they have to take those consecutively if they feel like 3 is too much of a commitment? Can you talk more about how many they can take at a time and how they should decide?
Absolutely. So when we were talking about the number of hours someone might spend in a week, I mentioned that's really kind of a relative thing to you. This is the same thing. It's really more a personal decision. There is no standard recommendation. What I can do is give you a parameter and my advice, and that would be, for those of you that have already taken our paralegal certificate, or any of our other courses for that matter, you've got some insight into the pace of the course and the time commitment that it takes you to accomplish the goals and successfully complete that program. So if you were the type of student taking one of our courses that was able to manage it well with everything else going on in your life, and you had scores between 90 and 100 and life was smooth sailing, I tell you, you can probably handle 3 at a time. If you were taking the paralegal course and you were getting stressed out and it was really a crunch and you were struggling to get those higher grades and maybe you were in the 80 to 90 range, you probably want to cut it back to 2. If you were going through the first programs and you were literally pulling out your hair and you were not managing your time well and you were very stressed out, you need to take them 1 at a time. So, and that is not a personal thing, it just everybody is different. So that's really the best gauge I can give you. You can always, start off initially taking 1 or 2, and then the next session, if you thought that was perfectly manageable for yourself, take 3. And then you've only got 1 left. Or if you've got 2 and that's going really well, then just do 2, 2, 2. As long as you get 6 done in 12 months, you're good. You're going to earn your certificate. Our California folks tend to take 3+3 because they want to get it done. They have to get it done. They want to get it done quickly, and they want to get out there and get to work. And the success rate is well above 85% for our courses across the board. So it certainly is doable. But, you. So make the best decision for what's going to work with your life, because everybody's is a little bit different.
Thanks. We have about 3 minutes left, so we have time for probably 1 or 2 more questions. So keep submitting your questions. Just as a reminder, this webinar has been recorded. We will send it out in an email. We had a question about payment and discounts. We are not offering any discounts on the course right now, but as you have registered for this course, you've been added to our email list, so you'll find out about any promotions, enrollment dates, etc., that are coming up. Okay, next question, Stephanie. After you complete the course, is there resume help?
There is. Our instructors and our admin staff can take a look at your resume. It's done by request, so it's not an automated function. When you are close to being done, before the actual end of the session, if you've got that, you can submit it to your instructor and they will certainly take a peek and give you some feedback on that. Yes.
Okay, another topic question for you. With what you know about the topics, is there a mixture of topics that would not work together?
No, not really. You're going to end up doing 6 out of 15. So whichever 6, if you know you've got a track and certain passion down one, then look over the syllabus for each. When you pull up that course page on our website, the list of 15 is right there. The list is in blue, which means they're all hyperlinked to the individual syllabus for each. Take a look at them. All the learning objectives for each one of those topics are listed. We're telling you in advance exactly what we're going to teach you to do. So spend a little time with it. The best paralegals are exceptional researchers. They do their homework. They look at all the details. So do that with this. Take a look at each one. You can always switch up down the road. If you want to put it into an affirmed payment plan and you've got your 6 that you decided on today, but then you're doing the first 2 or 3 and you already picked the 6, if you decide midstream, I really wish I'd taken that topic, or I want to switch to this one, we're going to let you do that. So if it's a point of, worrisome that you're going to make the wrong decision from the get-go, we will allow you to make some change-ups down the road. Okay?
Thanks, Stephanie. I think that's it. We're going to wrap up. We want to be respectful of everybody's time, and thank you for joining us. I'll let Stephanie cover steps for questions and enrollment. And again, we'll send this recording out. So thank you for your time.
Definitely. We want to thank you all for spending your time with us today. We greatly appreciate that. We look forward to having you reach out to our enrollment counselors with additional questions that you may have. And you can certainly do that by dialing our main toll-free number at 1-800-522-7737. And you can also go directly to our website. You can send an email to info@legalstudies.com and we will reply that way as well. We look forward to further questions. We look forward to seeing your registrations come in and having you join us in class. Be well, be safe, and everybody have a great day. Thank you.